in this part we will see after creating a course and after creating a quiz, so how to add questions to this quiz. So I start from the beginning, that we are in the dashboard. Just after you log in, this will be the site, you will be able to see it. And in order to access the course that we have created, so go to Faculty of Medicine and go to clinical. Oops, not the clinical. I go to preclinical and CA, and this is the course we have created. So I click it, and now we are in the page. And now we have created this course. So now we have to add questions to this. In order to add a question to this, so let me go back to the previous page. In order to add the questions to this, so again we go back to this cogwheel, click that and click more. Then a new window comes in, and now we are navigating to the question bank. So click questions. So before we can add questions here, we have to start creating categories so that it is easy to fill up the questions in order to categorize them into whether do we need single correct answer questions, or EMQs, or PBQs or MEQs. So first we need to create categories. So we click categories here, and though there may be multiple things which may be seen here, so what we have to do is navigate down here and add it as okay. So I make it as HPLS single correct answer type of questions, just that, and nothing to fill in here, and add a category, and I'm going to park it default, which will be under the batch 12 HPLS. So this is the short form of the course which we have created earlier. So the short form reflects here. So when we create a short course name, so we have to create something which we can easily locate it. So I've created this and I've added a category. So this category now gets listed in under default for this HPLS. So we have not added any questions here, so it shows 0 questions. So again come back here, and I want to add HPLS EMQ. So nothing to fill, then add the category that reflects here, and go back down and add okay HPLS, there is MEQ in it, and I have added this category now. Fine. So we have created the course categories, and in order to add questions to this, we need to import the questions. So when we click import, we cannot copy paste the questions from Word format into the Moodle format here. So what we have is, there are different formats here in order to import the questions. So what we do is, we have to convert our questions in the Moodle format. So if this is the question that we have done it in Word format, okay, so we delete these information that is not required, and delete all the answers and everything, and we now create a file which has other than these details. So we have only these questions. Now copy these questions from Word. It does not, Moodle does not import it from Word. So what we do is, we need to convert it into a notepad format. So we need to create a text file. So copy this information and open a notepad, and in the notepad we have to paste the questions. So in order to successfully import it, so when we copy and paste the information here, we make sure that the question runs in one continuous long sentence here, and there should not be any extra spaces. So when there is an extra space, the import does not occur and it would show an error. And so this is the question, and followed by this should be written as in caps answer. It should have a semicolon, and followed by that with a space we have to write the option number. So C is the correct answer. So this is one question. And if you remember, so there should not be any space extra here. So if there are few spaces extra here, so if you can see here, this is an extra space. So if there is an extra space, they would it would show up as an error during the import process. So we make sure that there is no spaces extra here, and we click on the line here. The cursor should stand at the end of it. So all the cursors now stand at the end. So same way here as well, and here no space. So there should be only one line gap between one question and the another question, right? So the same way, if there is an extra space, say for example, if I okay, I make some few extra spaces here, and I click at the end of the line, and now I here click at the end of the line. So you see again there are two extra spaces. So I have to remove all the extra spaces here and make sure there is no space anywhere along. So whether with a full stop or without a full stop, so finally when the thing ends, it should not be with a space. And the answer should be in capital font, uppercase, followed by a colon and a space. I think you may be able to see a space, and then answer D. So this is how the questions which is copied from the Word file is pasted on a notepad. So I go back to the quiz, and once that notepad format is ready, so that notepad format we call it as an icon format. So the file format which we are going to import under the import category is icon. So click that and click on the general. So then it shows where the question has to be imported. So do not choose the default, but when you choose this, if we see here, we have created a few categories. So now this is a single correct answer type of question. So I click on the HPLS single correct answer type of question and leave this all default. So nothing to be done. And if there is an error in the notepad format, this would show up as error if the default S is retained the same way. And here import the questions from a file. So I can choose a file, the text file. So it says upload a file. So I click it and I need to choose this file. Okay, this is the file, text file. I double click to, I've chosen it now, and upload this file, right? So the file is uploaded. Now we have to click import to bring in the notepad contents into the Moodle format. So when I click import, if you see green lines bars here, means without any error all the questions have been now imported. So we don't have to number the questions in the okay, if I show here, so we need not number the questions. Okay, if you see, I haven't numbered any of the questions. So what happens here is the Moodle automatically allocates a number for it, and you would see all the questions. And once the import is successful like this, then we go to continue. Now all our questions which we have imported is all parked under the category of HPLS SCA. It tells us how many questions are in the in this category. So again, now we go back and import another question. So this is the format that we can do it to import the question. So this is just importing the question. We have not added the question to the quiz yet. So all this will be parked under the question bank. If you see here, this is the question bank. Which category it is parked? It is parked under HPLS. So we have 25 questions under this, and these are the questions which are here. So if we categorize this, the further processes will become much more easier for us. Right. Now I go to the course here. This is the course. Sorry, this is the course and this is the quiz. So it is now hidden from the student, and I can just go to edit settings here by clicking the edit. So all this menu is active only if you have turned the editing on. So if you have not turned the editing on, that's not going to appear. So I turn editing on. So then I navigate here to say that I want to edit this settings of a quiz. Okay, so I think I should not go there. Okay, I click this course and this is the place where I have to add questions. So again, come back to this blue cogwheel and it says okay, no, fine, you'll have to come here to edit quiz. So when you say edit quiz, it says this is the page where we have to now bring the questions from the imported section. So I click here, do you see add here? So I click add. It says, do you want to add a new question or from a question bank? So I want to select, we have imported it in the question bank. So I'm going to choose this option. And now you see all the questions that are default for this category would all appear here. So if there are multiple number of questions, this is only single correct answer. So what if there is EMQs? What if there is MEQs or PBQs? So everything would get listed under this bank. So better to create that categories. Now I can go to the category which I want. So this is single correct answer type. So it shows all the 25 single correct answer type of questions. So what I do is one click, it selects all the questions. So since there is only, all the 25 are listed here, and this master click, if I click it, so all the questions in this is selected, and I add this selected questions to my quiz. So this is the number of questions that are there. So if we just want to cross check, so each question is 1 mark, it is all here, and total marks is out of 25, and maximum grade we can change it here as 25 and click save. That gets saved here, and if you want to shuffle, you can shuffle it, or otherwise you can leave it the same way. And this is the thing, if you want more than one question to appear in a page, you see this icon here, when you click this, so these questions will be grouped under one page. So all this 4 question is under one page. So since we have decided that each question is going to be in one page, so we will go back to the original thing. So for example, if there is any question you want to increase the weightage, so click the edit icon here and you can make it to 2 marks and click yes. And since we don't want to do that, we will edit it back to 1. Right. So this is the question which is already here, and nothing to do here since it gets saved automatically, nothing to do. So we go back to the main page where there is a quiz. So I again click this and it shows me preview. So I can preview, because I have removed the password, it does not prompt me to enter a password here. So I straight away start to attempt the quiz. So this is what a student would look. So a student can, we can just see whether all the questions are in proper formatting or what. We can do it. So if we need to do some changes to the question, say for example when I previewed it, so I see that in this question, okay, it would be nice if the scenario is a bit bold. It will be easy for the student to see it. So you see this edit question, so I can click this, so straight away I land into the editing category of question, and I would want to separate it into another line, and I want to make this bold. So I can make it bold, and let's scroll down to the bottom and say save changes. The preview, it now appears this way. This can be done in multiple ways as well. Okay. I want to cancel this. Now I am here. And if I want to edit a question, again, I can go to the questions, and I can also edit questions here. So here is how to edit the question. So I can edit in this way also. So I want to be bold, or I want to make it italics. So everything okay, but make sure that go to the bottom of the page and click save changes, and that changes gets reflected, and this means this highlight indicates that you have edited the question, and here also we have edited the question, right? So this is okay, this is the question that we have now created for MCQ part. But now I want another EMQ to be added, or say I want to add MEQ. So MEQ is a descriptive writing. So for a descriptive writing question, so I have to add another activity here, and this activity is going to be a quiz, and I add another category here, and you have to repeat the same thing what you did it for the previous one. So you need to give a name for this. So this is HPLS MEQ or a PBQ. Description has to be there, and you need to say that this is, each question is for 15 minutes, PBQ is 15 minutes, MEQ is 30 minutes. So depending upon that, we give them the time, and there we have layout for this. Make sure for everything we select a sequential navigation method, and deferred feedback, and uncheck all the boxes and do it. And always better to make a password. So password can be of any length. So the password is there, and no more other restrictions. So what we want to do for this is, main thing is no feedback, there has to be a name, and this is the place where again we want to put our quest logo and instruction to the student. All these things can be here, and same thing, default is to be chosen here, and make sure that we verify that this is sequential. And one more thing is, we have to enable that this one is on a Java security must be enabled. Okay, the browser security is, yeah, this. Okay, so once this is there, so as I said, so nothing to do here. So save and return to course. And now we have another section, which is, if you see here, this is open to students. Student can see it because it has got always make sure that there is a password there, so that even by chance if it is visible to the student, they may not be able to enter, or they cannot peek into the question. So I hide it from the student view. Either I can do it here, or I can make it visible to the student. So rather than making each part to be hidden, so you can do the same thing for this particular topic. I can click here and then say hide topic, so everything is hidden in this for the student. Okay, in order to make the the MEQ, so we edit the quiz, and here we need to add, rather than MEQs or PBQs, we cannot add it from a bag. We have to create a new question, and all this will be under essay category. So we choose essay and say add. So since PBQs contain a section, here I will, every time when you add a new question, we have to make sure that it is not under the whole course, but we need to park it under MEQ section. So this one is MEQs may have multiple sections, so I would say that this is 1.1, and the question for this text should come from the Word file. So there is no other go. We have to copy paste the contents from the Word file to this. Okay. Okay, this is the MEQ here. So I copy this, and I also copy this from here. I go to my question in Moodle and I paste it and make sure that the formatting is right, and this is the way. Okay, I don't want this to be bold, but I want the question to be bold. Okay, the scenario is here. And the question is going to appear here, and this question carries 1 mark. So if you want to increase the weightage of the marks, so you can always allocate the mark here, so that student would be able to see how much is the weightage of the question, and leave everything. So once you have added here, there is nothing to be done because we are not going to choose any response or grading or anything. Save, come here and do save changes. So now we have this question under, the first question is ready. So now again I have to add a new question. It is an essay question, and once you have chosen MEQ, the category under which you are going to park, so this gets repeated for subsequent question. So now it is going to be 1.2. So I go back to the question and say that this is for the second question, which carries 4 marks. So I paste it here, and this one is 4 marks, and I save the changes. So my question appears here. So we repeat the process: essay question, add, and this one is MEQ 1.3. No need to paste the model answer there. Model answer has to be in a separate Word file only. So I copy this information and paste it. There is no shortcut for this. So if this carries 3 marks, then just that, and save changes. So as you see, you will also see the weightage of marks here, how many marks each one is counting it for. So add a new question, it's an essay, add, and this is a scenario. So just copy the whole stuff, and along with it the question. This is for 4 marks. and I paste it here. Okay, so something can be cosmetically changed so that the student would be able to see something. Right, and this question interpretation carries 3 marks. Then nothing else. Save the changes. Okay. In the meanwhile it saves, I go. Copy this. Okay, I didn't click it, or my internet is not working. Oh, I haven't. MEQ. This is 1 point. This is the 4th question, I guess so. So this is for 4 marks. Made a mistake there, and save the changes. Yeah, there you have. I want to add another question. Now I have added up to 12 marks. So a new question, an essay. This is MEQ 1.5, and since I have already copied it, I'm going to just paste it over here. Okay, and this is for how many marks? This is 1 mark. This is 1 mark, nothing though, and go and save the changes. I have still 2 more marks to add. Add a new question, essay, add, and go to my Word file. And this question is for 2 marks. Copy it and paste it. This is MEQ 1.6, so that it is easy for us to locate. Alright, so save the changes. Now we have total 15 marks, and reflect this here as well, and click save. And we want all these questions to be seen under one page. So we click this icon here, it merges into all pages, that in page 1 they will be able to see all the questions, right? So all this is now parked under MEQ section. So no need to save or anything. So I just go back to the main course page. Okay, and I see this MEQ. Okay, I click it and I want to preview it. And if I want to preview, I made a password there. And now this is the MEQ, and for this MEQ, so the student will see how much is the time remaining, how many questions are there, and because this is going to be all in the same page, so everything is highlighted because they are going to attempt this quiz. And weightage of marks for, okay, state the reason. So here is the quiz question, the marks are here. And for this question, how many marks? Yes, this is for 4 marks, and this is for 3 marks, and all the questions that the student need to answer is in the same page. But I understand in clinical department, so there is going to be a condition where the quiz is going to be in different sections, right? So the first part, after which we cannot go back to the next part, so there is going to be a way. So if you see here, these are the questions which are parked under this whole question. So if I want to see only MEQ, so then I click this and I will be able to see only the MEQ part here, right? And okay, so this is how we create the MEQ, and similar way either any MCQ type of question, so we should be able to convert it into Word format and import, and MEQ we have to cut and paste in as a essay question. So this is how we import questions into the Moodle platform.